Hello, my friends. Welcome back. Welcome to new friends. This is Niffer Kefri, the Positive Vibes Artist. Thanks for tuning in. Today, for the first time, I'm going to try to use watercolors on the paper in my Happy Planner. We'll see how that goes. And I'll also be decorating for the week of September 1st. Can you believe it's September already? It just blows my mind. I don't know where the year has gone. I really don't. I mean, do you feel that way? Do you feel like time has kind of oddly sped up some way, somehow? I don't know. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of push my stuff up a little bit because I have got the large Happy Planner. And I'm not sure if no, they don't call it the classic. It's the big one. It's the 8.5 by 11 or however big it is. But there we go. There's the whole page. So this is fully decoed out, and then I filled in the things I had to do. And I got pretty much everything done. What I do is I usually use a red check mark to denote something is finished. If I have to change things, I do use the trick from bullet journaling where you, let's see, did I do it here? Yeah, I did it right here, where you just draw a little dot and then an arrow to where you've moved it. And I switched around a couple of our evening meals here. So that's what I did there. And I don't think I changed anything else yet. Everything else went off almost without a hitch. I have been currently, boy, that's bad English. I have been currently? No. I have been maintaining 3 YouTube channels. Magical Musings, they're all linked below. Magical Musings is for my spiritual service-based business. I do tarot card readings, Lenormand readings, and angel oracle card readings. I'm actually a certified in angel card mastery by Kyle Gray, Hay House bestselling author, and just an all-around wonderful person. He is such a great teacher. And I also am a visionary artist and Reiki master teacher, so I do all that stuff there. And I'm also a practicing witch and do that over there too. And then I have, of course, this channel, and then my third channel, which is my baby channel, it turned a year old last month, and that is True Tales of the Paranormal, where I share my own experiences and those of my family and very close friends. Something's got to give, and my views for Magical Musings aren't that great, so I think I'm going to put that one on the back burner and just focus on this one, and then True Tales of the Paranormal, because these are my fun ones. The Magical Musings one is just a whole lot of work, and it's not doing what I need it to do, which is basically build up my client base, whereas I'm getting more interested in my art from this channel, and I have a lot of interest in my paranormal stories over on True Tales of the Paranormal. That may end up resulting in a book deal. I don't know. I've been approached by a couple of publishers, so I'm considering that. So you'll be seeing more art videos. Yay! Now, so what I did, I just pulled out a Tombow. I usually use a red one, and just a little check mark for things that I finished and don't have to deal with. And let's see, this is my little tracker I stuck in here. I'm a night owl. I tend to get up at about 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning because I work from home. I am so blessed. So I don't have any commute. I can work in my pajamas. It doesn't matter. I tend to not go to bed till like 1 o'clock in the morning, which is not good. So I have been trying to force myself to go to bed earlier, so that's why there's only 3 check marks here. I managed to go to bed by midnight on Monday, Thursday. Monday, I switched Wednesday and Tuesday around. Oh, Lord, I just not realized. Oh, my goodness. Okay, Monday, and this would be Wednesday, and Thursday, I got to bed at midnight. And I'm shooting for 11:30 for this week. And then water, I'm just not a big water drinker. I don't like water. And so I'm trying to get myself to drink at least 2 full Tervis tumblers of water. If you don't know what a turbis tumbler is, it's these, and it holds basically like a whole can of soda and plus 6 ice cubes. It's that big. And I want to drink 2 of these of water a day minimum. This, by the way, is root beer. So, and of course I had to take a drink. And then I have calories. I am trying to lose weight. I have to talk to my doctor because I keep yo-yoing back and forth. And I'm like stuck between 156 and 151. And I've been like that for a couple of years now. I just cannot get below 151. And I'm only 5 feet 2 inches. So, you know, I'm overweight. And I would really like to lose those 20 pounds. I made dinner almost every night this week. That's a major win. I cleaned 3 areas of the house today. I mean, not today, this week. I filmed 3 days, and I spent 3 days filling orders for my spiritual business, and the other side is blank. And then, you know, I went to urgent care on Thursday because I did something to my wrist, and I think it's just from holding my phone. Because I'm a lefty, so, you know, I hold my phone in my right hand, and you know how phones are getting heavier and heavier, and I basically run my whole spiritual business through my phone now, and so I think it just really strained it here, and I had a ball of swelling here. I had a lot of pain here. This whole area here was purple, and the PA there put me on a anti-inflammatory, and that helped a lot. I'm still having a lot of pain, so I'm going to have to call my doctor tomorrow and get an appointment with her so she can just take a look and be like, yeah, okay, I'll refer you to a hand specialist, because I think there's a bigger problem in here, because it's right here. Any of you know about hands or wrists? Right here. It's all the pain is. It's weird. And then over here on Thursday, the Cubs lost. And I said, I need ice cream. Cubs lost. I cry. I'm a huge Chicago Cubs fan. So as you look at my planners and my journals, you'll see that crop up from time to time. I was supposed to put a newsletter out for my spiritual business, and I didn't do that just because of the whole wrist thing. And I don't like to use like AI to do my newsletters and stuff. I just take a dim view of AI, period. And so I do my own typing and everything. And I was just like, I'm not feeling it. I just can't do it. It just, this motion, no, it's bad right now. And then I just have reminders in here, like remember to breathe, create your own magic, you know, things like that to kind of lift my spirits during the week, especially a week when I spent the entire week in quite a bit of pain from the wrist. Then we have the week of August the 25th. Yeah, as you can see, I did so much planning here. Oh my goodness, doesn't it just boggle your mind? What happened was, you can check out my video up here. I'm having an issue with Happy Planner right now because my cover, I don't even want to flip it over to show you. My cover came badly scratched up. It's got a dent in the back cover on one of the corners. And on the front, there's some sticky substance I still can't get off the cover. I don't know what the heck it is. And I've used Goo Gone. I've used Avon Skin So Soft. I've used other hand lotions, you know, to try to break up the adhesive that's in this stuff. I can't get it off. And it's just all scratched up. And it looks pretty bad. And I didn't even realize it when I opened it at first, because I've recently had cataract surgery. And that's a whole other story. It didn't go well. So some days my eyes are good. Some days my eyes are really, really bad. And for the first 4 or 5 days I had this planner, my eyes were really, really bad. And I just couldn't see those scratches. I could see the sticky stuff, and I thought I would eventually get it off. So I wasn't that worried about it. But then the day I had a good day with my eyeballs, and I was just like, what in the hell happened to this cover? Because I know I didn't do it. And I emailed them, and 3 times in a week, never heard anything. I contacted them through their site and text, and that person was trying to be helpful and said, I've told the team they should be emailing you. They finally did email me the following Monday, which would have been here. But I still just wasn't feeling it. And I was just like, no, I'm going to set this aside for a little bit and do something else. And so that's what I did. I did some planning in the weeklies of my Sterling ink that I'm using, that I mainly use as a daily planner. I don't really use the weeklies in that because it's a small area for the weeklies. And, you've seen what I like to do. And so I need the space. That's why I got the really huge Happy Planner, the biggest size they have. So, didn't do anything here, except I put down where I had to go see the chiropractor. And now we are going to September, and then look what is here. This is the cover design from the cover I ordered for this planner. So I'm looking at this going, man. It's just ironic. So what I did is I just went through my stash and picked out some stuff, and I'm going to show you what I've got here. In keeping with the brand, first of all, we've got some Happy Planner stuff. All of these pages I pulled out of this sticker book, and this is the Color Coordinate Happy Planner sticker book. Has 396 stickers in it. It's really nice because it has like, I think 4 pages in each colorway, 4 or 5, has 5. And I wanted to go with a more neutral tone for going into September because now we're heading into the fall season. So I chose the first colorway in the sticker book, which is basically these here. And I will probably be using all of them. And then this one is just a blank. I save my backing paper and I go through other sticker books for things I want to include and I stick it on here. Got a cat hair there. There we go. So I have an Australian Shepherd and she's a tri. That's basically her coloring. So I bought these stickers off of Amazon. They are so cute, but most of them are of a different colored Australian Shepherd. They don't have too many of the tri, which is a bummer. But the ones that they have, I will definitely be using. And this is just from another Happy Planner sticker book. Sorry, I don't remember which one. I've got a bunch of them. Most of them are old ones that I've collected over the years. And then I'm going to use these more than likely. These are my own. I am opening a Ko-fi shop, and barring any tech issues with it, it should be ready by this coming Friday. That is my tentative launch date for my Ko-fi. So watch this space. And these are all my design. Like I said, I'm a watercolor artist. I painted all these in watercolor. Every heart you see on here is an actual sticker. My Cricut takes forever to cut these out. Had I known that, I wouldn't have done this, but there you are. So I have them in shades of purple, and then I have browns, more of a neutral. And then I have reds and pinks. And then this is a full moon. I designed this in Procreate back when I didn't know much about Procreate. I still don't. But this one little full moon took me 6 hours in Procreate. And I told myself, never again. But I'll still use it. And then these are Halloween stickers, and I don't know why it ended up with this black outline. I must have done something wrong in Cricut Design Space. You do see it a little bit, so I got to go back and figure out how to get rid of it. But this will be the Halloween sticker release coming up. And then I just have some neutral greens to yellows to tan here. I've got these sunflower stickers I want to use. I want to use that September sticker somewhere. And these, I believe, are also Happy Planner stickers. I'm pretty sure they were in a stack of loose sheets, so I'm not 100% positive. I'm 90%. So now I want to use a couple of these for a pop of color since everything else is going to be fairly neutral. Here are some dots for my to-dos. I may or may not use these because I really want to use, I think, my little hearts for the dots for my to-do lists. I think that would be really cute. But I might use these because they're more in keeping with the colors I'm using. And these are from Bujo Judge Art, Bujo, and then Judge GEJ Art. And she is on Etsy. And she has some lovely, lovely art. I do highly recommend you check her out, especially if you like witchy stuff. Great. And she's got a whole set of coffee stickers, and really talented artist. Little shout out to her. And no, I don't even know her or anything. So, but I like to give credit where credit is due. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to decide where I'm going to put the September sticker. And here is the monthly. I already have my 2 chiropractic appointments in there. So it'll cover it right up. So that is where I shall put it. And these stickers, I bought these, I remember, because I was with my daughter. My daughter was 4 at the time. I got these at Hobby Lobby. She was 4, so that was 22 years ago. Do I hoard stickers? Nah. Is that awful or what? Okay, so there is the September sticker. I'm going to set that over here because I'm totally done with it. And I want to do a couple of little, at least one sunflower corner. Whoops. There we go. I think that looks really cute. I'll do a little one at a diagonal on the lower right-hand side. There, yeah, that looks super cute, doesn't it? Okay, and I'm going to save this because I'll probably be using more of those. And then these are for my to-dos. Okay, now for the watercolors. I forgot to get a container of water. I'll be right back. You know, this area here, it's a notes area for your month. It doesn't have any break in it. And their stickers for longer to-do lists are really short. So I would like a longer kind of framed pretty area here. So I wanted to use watercolor for that on the monthly. And then I'll probably put this one over on one of the weekly layouts because it fits a little better there. Still not long enough, but you know. Let's see. So I've got, these are all handmade watercolors. These are by Aloha Watercolors, all one word. She is on Instagram. And she lives in Hawaii on the Big Island. Hence the name of her company. And she is a super nice person. I've been ordering her paints for years now. And I really love the quality. Another really excellent handmade brand, if you want to try handmade watercolors, is Masha's Watercolors. She's also on Instagram. I believe Masha's Watercolors is all one word. I'm not totally sure about that. But she has got gorgeous granulating watercolors. And I kind of just want to do an arch. We'll see if it works, because it looks like the paper wants to repel it a little bit. Oh, that's weird, because it doesn't cause that problem with fountain pen inks. Now there is a little plastic here from the tab, so I just have to be careful not to run the watercolor on it because it definitely will not cover it. But I want to get it right next to it. It's already starting to dry, which is good. And then once it's dry, I'm going to check it on the other side and see if it's bled through or anything. And I just wanted to do a frame down the side here and probably jazz it up with some cute little stickers. But I wanted to have a place to put my monthly to-do list instead of just the weeklies. So there's my little frame, and then I'm going to add a little bit of orchid This color, Orchid, has got a little bit of glitter in it. Just a little bit. And I just want to make a little like floral looking type thing. You know, every so often as part of the design. Now, it's not really going to match in terms of all the stickers I'm putting on here, but I like something on the page to pop. You know, whether it's I'm doing that, accomplishing that with stickers, or, you know, as in this case, I'm using watercolors. I just like that. And plus, this is such a pretty color. But all I'm basically doing is just painting the letter C backwards and forwards. It's pretty much all it is for a whimsical style rose. If you want to learn how to paint roses and a crescent moon, keep an eye out. I am going to be offering a course to my patrons. I have art patrons as well. And I'll be offering a course to them on how to paint a moon with roses. I am currently editing it right now and should be ready in about 2 weeks. So far, it's 3.5 hours long. So this course is going to have modules and, you know, all that jazz. I hope, will be a lot of fun. So if you want to learn how to do that, just stay tuned because I will be talking about it. And I'm going to try to just blend right on the paper since the paper's kind of repelling the paint just a teeny bit. Oh, it gives me a green. So I'm just adding the blue first. And then putting the yellow on top of it. Yeah, it's a little too much yellow, but oh well. I was too lazy to get a palette out. There we go. It's a real bright green. I wonder what'll happen if I add some of the orchid to it to kind of dull it. No, it's just giving me kind of a weird reddish color now. Oh well. If you don't like something with watercolor, what happened to my paper towel? I had a paper towel sitting out here. Oh, I'm sitting on it. You can just go and pick it right up, blot it with a paper towel, and that's how you clean it. And then if I go over that with yellow again, maybe I can get some sort of a semblance of a green. Yes, no, maybe, nope, nope, nope. Okay, let's get some blue. Actually, no, oh, I'm so dumb. I've got Moana. I have to be looking at the word to be able to pronounce it. But this is a beautiful, deep blue. And then there we go. It's getting me the color I wanted. There. Okay. Now I know. So then I'll just go through and do a couple of leaves. I'm not going to do as many because I'm kind of pressed for time. I'm sure you are as well. But it's, oh wow, did I get it? Yeah, I got it on the tab. Okay. But I think it's going to take really well. I can't flip it to see because this is still really wet and I don't want it to run across the paper. But I think it's going to look really good once it completely dries. It's just the water is just really sitting on top of the paper. I thought it might do that just because the paper in the Happy Planners is really thick. I don't know what the GSM is on it, so I don't know. I thought this would be a fun experiment. So we'll see how it dries, and I get another one. Let me go here. And then I have one more. I should have gotten a ceramic palette out so I could blend my colors on there. I didn't think about it. I typically never blend right on the paper, but I figure, what the hey. There we go, there are my roses. I love how these blended. Those leaves are gorgeous. And then as I wait for that to dry, that's all I'm going to do with watercolor over here. I just wanted to do some colorful embellishment here because it just drives me crazy that I don't have a sticker this long to cover up the grid and it have lines. I'll go in with a ruler later. I do have a little ruler over here somewhere. I know it's on my table. I swear it is. It's 6 inches long and it's from Archer and Olive. Yeah, here it is. And I'll just take it and draw some lines to keep my writing reasonably straight. Now for decorating the monthly, I have to remember when I give Magic her heartworm medication, and that's why I had that Aussie sticker out here that now I cannot find. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me get all my stickers over here. Oh, here it is. And this is the month I'm going to have to, well, not this month, but sometime between now and the 21st of October, I have to get her a refill. She is, she just turned 6 in May, and she's really crazy. She's not a hyperactive Aussie like they're known to be. She's very laid back and pretty much lazy, which is nice because my husband and I are older and we can't be running after a hyperactive dog. But she is a little clown. She has got a great sense of humor. She knows when she's being funny. And she just, oh, she just loves to hear me laugh. And she'll just do goofy things and make goofy faces and gestures. And I laugh and she gets all happy and starts prancing around. Oh, I made Mama laugh. You know, oh, she's just so precious. Okay, this I can pretty much flip over now. Yeah, none of it's going to run, and we're going to see if it bled on the other side, if the paper puckered up, because it did not pucker up on the design itself. And what do we get? Nothing. Wow, that's excellent. Where's my paper towel? Actually, I can probably clean that up with my brush a little bit. Yeah, just push the color around and just make that leaf a little bigger. Okay, there we go. So it works. I can use watercolor in here. Oh my gosh, I just made my own day here, folks. I am so happy. Now, I'm not, oh, this is what happened. The opposite page smushed it. All right, I don't want that watercolor over there. So I am going to take clean water, put it on top, and we'll see how easy it is to lift and clean watercolor off this paper. It's not going to be very easy. Oh, I know why it worked. Why the watercolor worked on here. Because this is the cover for the month. Because once I added the water over here to clean it, it's going to bleed right through. Ah, so I can only use it on this side. Well, that sucks. Yeah, see? So you cannot use watercolor on the paper. That's a bummer, but at least on the left side of the monthly spread, I can use it there. Okay, good to know. See, that's why us artists experiment. It's the only way you're going to learn new stuff is by experimenting. Now, September happens to be a huge birthday month, and I don't know what I did with my birthday stickers. I found the stickers, and I also pulled some off of these Happy Planner sticker sheets to use. My daughter and husband's birthdays and my son-in-law's birthday are all in September. I have June all to myself. That's when my birthday is. So, daughter on the 14th, husband on the 15th. Now, in the weeklies, their birthdays are separated because the weeklies in this book are a Monday start, and my daughter's birthday is on a Sunday. But the monthlies, of course, are the monthlies. So they start on a Sunday. This is the only place I can use the Seize the Day sticker to have it cover both of their birthdays. So that's what I'm doing there. Put that there. And then we'll do there we go, celebration. And I don't have to write down their names or anything because they're my monkeys who live in my circus. Now for my son-in-laws. And then we'll still have to decorate the birthday days in the weeklies. I'll use this one. His birthday is on the 30th, which is over here, the last day of the month. I want to use these balloons for him too, but I hope he doesn't take offense at the black balloon. He'll never see this planner anyway. He might watch the video though. I found out the other day my daughter watches my True Tales of the Paranormal channel, and it's really funny because she never used to, and I created that channel for her. I wanted her to have a record of all the weird stuff that's ever happened to her mom, because weird stuff happens to her too. It's not that we're haunted or anything like that. It's not that. It's just that we're very intuitive people, and we pick up on energies, and we're just really sensitive to that. So a lot of things that other people would just pass off as coincidence or not even pay any attention at all to it, we notice it and we realize that there's something more behind it. I'll tell you something that happened to her and I together. She had recently moved out of the home, and she was in an apartment with her then fiance, and we were in her kitchen just chatting, and it was a one-bedroom apartment. It was really small, so the kitchen was basically like this narrow walkway in between, counter on this side, counter on that side, right? And the counter on this side had the oven in it and a dishwasher, and then the other counter had the sink and trash area in it. So she was cooking dinner for us, and there was a carrot just laying on the counter here that she was going to cut up. And we're talking, and we're not really paying any attention. All of a sudden, I saw the corner out of my eye. That carrot was like about a good 4, maybe 5 inches in from the edge of the counter. That carrot, it just started to roll. And it didn't roll like the excuse me, like the counter was unlevel. It rolled slowly and deliberately, and I just pointed to it. She was talking, and I went, I didn't want to say anything, but I went, and she looked down, and she just stopped, and her eyes got as big as saucers, and that carrot just went all the way to the edge, and then as it went over the edge, I held out my hand, and it landed right in my hand. That happened in her apartment, and she's like, Mom, I think there's something in here, and you need to cleanse it. Cleanse my apartment, Mom. So I did. And they never had any further issues of anything moving, but once in a while, they would both report they felt being watched. And then later, they found out that a woman who had lived in the apartment above them had ended her life in that apartment just upstairs from theirs. And so they always assumed it was her, just, playing little tricks and stuff. And just maybe she was trying to watch out over them, because I never sensed it being malicious at all. Not at all. So that was interesting. Oh, look, the blue on the sticker matches the blue of the watercolor. And this dried quite lovely, but now I know the only page I can use watercolor in the Happy Planner is the reverse side of the monthly art page. So, good to know. I also, if you noticed, I used very little water. I just used enough to get the colors to blend. Okay, I'm going to be looking at the week now. I tend to do much more deco on the weeks. I'm not a heavy user of the monthly. For the monthlies, I just, note my commitments, basically. And so I am going to put over here meds. It's just her heartworm and her tick. And I'm going to flip over. I also, I didn't think I would use this page very much, but like back in August, I used it a little bit. So, and the only deco I put on it was a sticker here, so I did want to put something there. Okay, for the month, plans and dreams. That looks good. I'll put it here. Because like I said, this Friday, I will hopefully be opening my Ko-fi membership and shop. I mean, it's public right now. If you want to go, not Ko-fi, I mean, buy me a coffee. I'm sorry. I think I said Ko-fi earlier too. It's buy me a coffee. That's what it is. And the link is already live. So if you want to go check it out, you can, but it's gonna change between now and Friday a little bit. I'll be just adding stuff. I won't be taking anything away. So like for the membership, all the tiers and the perks for the tiers and the prices, that's all done, finished. I am just adding some of my services to that. And then I'll be finished. Okay. I wonder where my sunflower, here it is, sunflower washi from Deck Designs on Etsy. That's Deck, D-E-K. I want to put some on here to either side of the sticker. Of course, I don't have... Oh, well, that's not good. What happened to it? I was going to sneak in a use of my credit card, which was right here, off camera, on the edge of the table, and now it's gone. Oh, crap. At least I know I didn't lose it outside the house. That would not be good. Even though, you know, you're not responsible for any charges on your credit card past the first $50. And most credit card companies, if you tell them, are you really going to charge me that $50? They'll be like, well, you know, it's policy, blah, blah, blah. And you'll be like, okay, I'm going to be looking for another credit card. Then they won't charge you that $50. I know, because it's happened to me. Lost a credit card somewhere, and we were on vacation, and we were overseas. Yeah, not a good time to lose a credit card. So that's going to be it for that page. I think that turned out pretty. Because I'm going to use this mainly to fill up with my big plans to take over the world. And then we have over here the monthly. And I'll be putting some more stuff over here as I schedule things in. Just not for right now. Here's the first week. I just cannot believe. I think that's the wrong day. I would have to look at my sterling ink. That's where I really keep track of my chiropractic appointments, because I just got the Happy Planner at the very end of August. Not end of August, end of July, sorry. And so I haven't really been using it that heavily in August, but not for September. I will be, so I'm going to be putting all my appointments in here. I just have to transfer them over. And I want to put all the things in the notes section. But I want to do it up here. Okay. Wait. Where is the washi tape? Let's see, I need it to be about this wide. For those of you who use washi tape, do you use your scissors or a card to get a real straight edge, or do you rip it? I like the ripped look. To me, it's more organic. I'm not that much of a stickler. I used to be. Oh, crumb. Hang on. I used to be a few years ago, but you know, I'm getting older and time is short, so I don't want to waste any time. Okay, this is going to go right in the middle, and then I can use the graph here to just kind of line it up on one side, and then I know it'll be straight on the other side. There, that looks nice. All right. Now, I did not decorate ahead for the birthdays, but as you see, that's how they're split up. My daughter's is on the 14th Sunday, and my husband's is on the 15th. And I'm pretty sure my appointments are on Thursdays. Yeah, they are. I'm going to have to move both of these. But I'll do that later. I won't bore you with that. It takes quite a while to peel this off without ripping it. But these are also Happy Planner stickers. But if you do it very slowly, the adhesive is really, really good. You can reuse it. You just have to peel it slowly because you can strip the upper layer of your paper right off. Okay, now I know Monday is going to be fairly busy. I have some orders from my Magical Musings business I have to get out. So I'm going to want some bullets. And I'll just put them up here. And then I'm going to go to my little hearts. I think I'll use the brown ones. And darned if I know what happened to my tweezers. Those tweezers tend to move around this house, excuse my reach, more than I do. I have never understood that. Yeah, they're not in here. I always keep them in here, and whenever I look for them, they're not in here. Oh my goodness. I don't know where they're at. They're probably in the bedroom. I was doing some journaling in there the other day. Okay. Well, we'll see. I wanted to use the small ones. Let's see. Now this page is defective. The final version is perfect, but this one has a little bit of a white border on the left-hand side. But you know, it's for my own use, so I don't care. But the final version that I will be selling through my Buy Me a Coffee is perfect. Did this one not? Okay, yeah, this page was messed up. This didn't even cut over here, up here. Oh, along this whole edge they didn't. The crease cut didn't cut them. Everything else is cut. That's why I had set this one aside. It was screwed up in more than one way. I also upgraded the sticker paper. I ended up not really liking it in the end and didn't want to sell it and have my name attached to it. No pun intended. But this paper I like a lot more. Yeah, the crease cut had problems with this whole page, but that problem has also been fixed. That was due to a setting. Messed up. I don't know if I can get this. Can I get it back up? Yeah, I can. I think I'll do a dark one for the last one. And if you'd like to see this filled in, I will be posting photos to my Instagram, and I'll try to remember. I'll do it. I'll post photos to the community tab here on YouTube as well. So that's for Monday. Drink coffee, get perky. And what I do, if you watched my previous planner video, I tend to very seldom put the sticker directly in the box. I do a lot of writing here. I do some memory keeping here as well. So I put my stickers mainly in between, and that gives me room to write my appointments around them. And then the way I break it up, morning, afternoon, evening. So, very simple. Let's see. Happy Vibes is, I'm going to save that. That's for the birthdays. I didn't think I was going to use any of this outside of that one I used on a monthly. Okay, here's my extras. I did take this off because I was going to use it on the monthly for their birthdays, but I have enough on there. I'm not going to put another sticker on the monthly about the birthdays. I will put that on the actual days. Something like run the day, that's always good to put at the beginning of your week to hopefully motivate you and get you moving. I am going to be putting some boxes on here too. I have to look in another sticker book and get some boxes out because I don't have enough here. Yeah, definitely do not have enough. Okay. Wednesday. Is it straight? Oh, wait. Wednesday is a big filming day for me, so this will be my filming to-dos. I'm saving these orange strips because orange is my daughter's favorite color. And so I'll be using those to decorate her week, her birthday week. She is going to be 27. It's hard to believe. Or is she 28 now? Well, she was born in 1998, so do the math. I'm not good at math. I'm not even going to try to figure that one out. She's 27 or 28. I think she's 27. Okay. And Thursday, Friday, I'm going to be doing my planning in the evening so I can get this video up earlier than on Monday of the actual week I am planning for. So this will be planner time on Thursday and Friday. I'm looking for my sunflowers, which I found. I have this one too. And find the joy in the small things. I'm very big into that. I began practicing gratitude back in the late 80s, before it was a thing, because I was really depressed at the time. I was going to grad school at the University of California, Santa Barbara. Oh my God, that place. It was such a culture shock for me. No offense to anyone who lives in California. Most of my cousins live in California. I have family all along the Central Coast. At the university in particular, the culture was just so different from what I was used to. I went from Northwestern University to the University of California, Santa Barbara, and I was just like, whoa. I mean, it was something else. And my apartment building was surrounded by Greek houses, and there were parties every night of the week, and I would have to go to the library all the time to study. I could barely hear myself think sometimes. It was awful. It really was. But I managed to get my master's degree, and I was there with a full scholarship. They were paying me to attend their school. Actually, they were paying for my tuition and all my fees and everything, and they gave me $1,000 a month stipend. And I was like, the second I got my degree, I told my parents, I said, I have to come home and forget it here because it's just not my cup of tea. And they were like, okay, you come home. And when I told my professor, oh my God, she got so pissed at me. She was so ugly. And then I found out when I told the head of the department, he said, oh yeah, the reason she's so ugly is because she just lost all the funding she was getting through your fellowship, because they were doubling the money. They were supporting you, and all the money they gave you, they gave to the department. So we're not going to get that money now. And he was not ugly about it at all. And he was the head of the department. And I always very much appreciated that about him. But I am just very thankful I got out of there when I did. I think if I stayed even just one more, were they on the trimester? Yeah, they were on, were they on the trimester? No, they were on the semester system. If I had stayed there just one more semester, I think I really would have lost it. I may not have even been here today. I was that bad off. I mean, I went home. It took me like 8 months to decompress from all the stuff I'd been through. One of my roommates was a closet alcoholic. Literally, I found her stash in the closet one day, and you wouldn't even know she'd been drinking. She was that intense of an alcoholic that she just, yeah, it like alcohol did nothing to her. And I had another roommate who tried to harm herself in front of us, her 3 other roommates, and that was really horrendous. We saved her. We of course we jumped in once we realized what she was trying to do, and we put a stop to that and called the ambulance. And oh my gosh, her parents came like about 2 days later and didn't even talk to any of us. We were all there in the apartment. They didn't say one word to us. They just came in with her key and took all her stuff and left, and we never saw her again. It was awful. And we were going, is she okay? Is she okay? Is she okay? They wouldn't speak. So, and I don't think she passed away, because if she had, I don't think they'd be able to even deal with, coming to get all her stuff that soon. I think they had her in a facility or program somewhere to get her help, and they just didn't want to let on about anything, so they did not say a word. We were like, are we ever going to see her again? I mean, we loved her. She was so sweet, but she had, some emotional issues, and just ended up not being suited for college life. She was an undergraduate. So, and I often think about her and wonder how she's doing. I have no way of contacting her. I was always hope and pray she's fine and found happiness, These are a planner kit from Deck Designs off of Etsy. Well, it says deckdesigns.com. I think she's got her own site. Deck is D-E-K. Yes, she does. She's not on Etsy. I just remembered. Oh, she could have both. A lot of people have both. If they do have both, you're ordering from someone and you really like their stickers or whatnot, whatever it is that they're selling. If they have a website and an Etsy, use their website, because it is most likely a lot, well, not a lot cheaper, but it's going to be cheaper, because, Etsy charges creators fees for all sorts of stuff. It's ridiculous. And I just got an email the other day. I used to have an Etsy shop. I don't anymore, because it was too much to maintain, and I had to go through too many hoops and stuff with Etsy. You got to have your images be just right to fit their format, and I was just like, no, this is not for me. And yeah, I got an email from them the other day saying that they were charging fees on sales tax, I think it was. And I was like, what in the hell? I'm like, thank God I no longer have a shop there. And that's one of the reasons I went to Buy Me a Coffee. I'm also trying to get set up at Ko-fi, because I want to test both of them and see which one I like the best. Now, let's see here. Where are her to-do labels? I want to use a couple of those here. Her kits are so pretty. Now, I don't know if she does her own art. I think she uses something like Procreate or Photoshop. I know it's not AI. I can tell you that, because she's been making art before AI art was a thing. So I know it's not AI, but her art is just so pretty. I don't care if it's digital. I mean, digital art is difficult. I hear people slamming digital art, and I'm like, no, man, that stuff's hard. I mean, This moon took me 6 hours. 6 hours. Of course, I didn't know what I was doing. You know, my husband coming up to me when I was struggling making that moon. He's like, "You're so lucky. Picasso didn't have an undo button." And I'm like, "Leave me alone." I'm having way too much trouble with this crazy moon as it is. Actually, no, wrong color. I'll go with this one. That's going to be for filming. And I'm going to put this one over here. It should hopefully just fit. I'm going to have to move that other one down. Hang on. Come on, sticker. Came off easily. Okay. Oh, is it going to fit? Yeah, it's going to fit. And that'll be for the main course of our dinners. So I can plan a grocery list. And now I have to find some larger boxes because I think this is mainly all deco and trackers. I don't think I have any boxes here. I'll probably use one of these. I'll use a couple of these. Oh, that's weird. There's no meals in this color. That stinks. I wanted to put one here. Oh, well. I can just write it in. I'll probably use some of these. I'm not going to use any more of this big deco, I don't think. At least not on this week. Because, you know, it's a fine line between using deco and then getting it to where it's so cluttered you can't do your actual planning. I do want to do something else, so go over here. Sorry that I'm pausing. I am thinking to myself. And I'm forgetting that most of you are listening to me. Actually, I'm a lefty, so I'm going to move this over to the edge here for Thursday. And I want a little bit of a little deco thingy up there. I'm going to use these boxes here too. There's smaller deco. Oh, I wanted to put these days of the week on the month. Okay, but see, like these larger deco stickers, I'll probably use them for the following week. That way I can use up pretty much all of the kit. I've been also using it in my sterling ink that I'm treating basically as a daily journal / commonplace. And it's been working out really well for me, except for the paper. God, what they did to the Chilmo River paper, that's such a crime. That was my all-time favorite paper. Supposedly the original machine that made it broke or something, and there was only one of them, and I don't know. I don't know the full story, but it was just really depressing because I freaking loved that paper. And the new paper is inconsistent. I mean, you can be writing on one sheet, and on that one sheet, your writing will look great through here. It'll look like shit right here. It'll look great down here. It'll look like shit right there. It was driving me crazy. I had a 2-volume common planner for 2025. So, you know, dividing the year in half into 2 books so it doesn't get too chunky, which I did with my Hobonichi cousin the year before. I got the Avec, and that worked out great. So when the paper went down the crapper, basically, I figured I would use sterling ink, and it was the same issue with the paper because, of course, they were getting their paper from Sanzen. And Sanzen needs to learn how to make decent paper. That's all I'm going to say about that. Man, I'm getting hot. I don't know if it's my ring light or if it's because I'm mad over the paper. It's probably a little bit of both. I wouldn't be surprised. Gosh. This is such a shame. That was the most exquisite paper. Am I a paper snob? Yes. I'm not ashamed. I am a paper snob. It's just the way it is. I mean, once you use Tomoe River paper, it's like everything else just... And you also write with fountain pens, as I do. Everything else is just... meh. It's just paper. Actually, that's too big. Now, when you've used a sticker and you realize you don't really like it, or you don't want it in that spot, you want to get it back on the sticker sheet, 9 times out of 10, if you do this, you're going to get a little bit on that paper, and the next time you go to pull it off, it'll pull off some of that paper with it, and then that edge along that sticker there won't stick. You might have to use a glue stick to avoid that problem. Just grab the backing of that sticker sheet and gently pull it up. And as long as you're gentle, it should leave all the stickers on the paper. Just be gentle and go slow. See? There we go. And then you can get this back on here, and then it doesn't matter where you put it. And it'll stay. It won't peel back up or anything. There you go. And you can use it again in a place where you really think it'll look great. So, I do want to use something over here, though. And over here. I know, I'll put this cute little basket sticker there. Yeah. There we go. And then over here. I don't know if one of these girls would be too large and detract from it or not. Because it already has this really large sunflower there, so I really wouldn't want to put anything there that had flowers in it. I was thinking maybe this girl. So I think this girl on the horse, I think that would be a bit much. Maybe not. Put her down here. Yeah, I'll put her down here in the corner. You know, there's no right or wrong way to this. You do what feels good to you. What looks good to your eyes, because you're going to be the one looking at that planner every day. All right, I think I'm done. Let's see, do I need any more boxes? I got filming on Wednesday. I've got filming on... all that stuff to do on Monday is going to fit up here, and then I've got filming to do on Thursday or Friday. That'll be here. I think that's it. I kind of want to put something over here. I don't need a list there because that's the weekend. I know what I do every weekend. What do most of us do every weekend? Laundry. So, but I know I have signed up for all these art classes online and then I didn't do any of them. So I'm going to put this up here. This is going to be for some art class. I'm going to decide which one and like binge it Sunday while the laundry's going. And that, my friends, I think is pretty much it. All I have to do now is move this sticker over here, and I'll do that off camera because it just takes a good while to peel off these stickers once they've been stuck on the paper for so long. But there we go. I am done. This is the week of September 1st, 2025. I hope you've enjoyed following along on my little planning adventure today. And until next week, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week ahead. Thank you for watching. This is Nefer Kefri, the Positive Vibes Artist, wishing you a blessed day ahead.